What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. I hope you guys are doing well. We are less than a week away from this season finale of The Last of Us. Now, to say that I'm excited would be a gross understatement. I don't think I've been looking forward to an episode of television like this since, I don't know, the series finale of Breaking Bad. And obviously, the season finale of The Last of Us won't have the same cultural significance as the series finale of Breaking Bad. But regardless of that fact, I'm still as equally excited. And the reason for that is they have absolutely nailed this adaptation. They have made me want to watch this show every single week, even though I know what's going to happen. As somebody that loves the video game, I was so skeptical when I originally heard that they were going to adapt The Last of Us into a television show. Because more often than not, these adaptations don't do well. You have people that try to make the project their own instead of staying true to the source material. And that's just not true here with The Last of Us. They have stayed true to the source material. They have ripped lines directly from the video game. They've ripped multiple scenes. They are staying true to what the fans loved about the video game. And at the end of the day, they have captured what The Last of Us truly is. It's not an infected video game. It is a video game about relationships. And that's what you're seeing with this television show. And people that went into The Last of Us thinking it's just going to be another zombie apocalypse show are realizing very quickly that that's not what this show is about. And if you didn't know it after the first two episodes, you definitely found out in the third. This show, this series, this franchise is all about relationships. And that is the cornerstone to make this such a great series. And I am so excited to see how they take that final chapter of the first game and adapt it onto the screen. I don't want to spoil too much for those that might not have seen it, but the moment I see that red door, I don't know if I'm going to blink for the next however many seconds until we get the resolution at the end. Because that red door for me is going to be something that makes my heart start to pound because I know what's coming next. And that's part of the beauty of The Last of Us. It is such a fun adventure to watch a television show where I know what's going to happen. I know every story beat they have to hit. But regardless of that fact, they're able to draw emotion from me every single episode. The death we experienced in episode 1. That hit me like a rock. I knew it was coming. I knew what we were building to. But oh boy, it still hurt. Even watching it recently, it still hurt because it's beautifully acted. They took the time and the care to make that scene be impactful. They even gave us more time with the character before they decided to, do the deed. Episode 2, another fantastic episode. A lot of tension in that episode. The fact that we got to see the reveal of the clickers and they stayed so true to the source material was unbelievable. And obviously, the death at the end of that episode hits you like a brick. I knew what was happening, but it's beautifully acted. The set design enhances what you're seeing. Every little detail makes these moments more impactful. It makes it more emotional. Episode 3 was the biggest departure from the source material, and boy did I cry like a child. It's like I lost someone. They created a beautiful love story in 60 minutes and ended it. It was remarkable. I don't think there's very many episodes on television that can invoke that many emotions, that range of emotion, and they nailed it. Absolutely, positively nailed it. But I knew these things were going to happen. I knew the story beats that needed to be hit episode after episode. As we went into episode 4, then episode 5, then episode 6. I knew what we had to get to. But it still made every point along the way impactful, emotional. And that's what a good adaptation does. Is it allows you to feel the way the characters are feeling, even if you know what's going to happen. How do they do that? I know what's going to happen. It's not surprising to me, yet my body is still whimpering like a child at some of these scenes. I am just blown away by the work that Naughty Dog and HBO and everybody in the cast and crew has achieved with The Last of Us. I don't think I could ask for anything more. Now, this isn't to say that I love every decision they've made, but as a whole, when I look at it through 8 episodes, I don't know what you could do to really improve it that much more. It's done everything I could ask for from it and more. It's delivered. And all of those worries, all that skepticism has left my body long ago, basically since I saw the first episode. Once I saw the first episode, I was sold. I was like, oh, they're going to crush this. They're going to absolutely crush this series. And they've done that. And more. They've made this a cultural phenomenon bigger than the game almost, I would argue. And going back and playing the game while the television show is happening has really enhanced the story for me, because boy, do you hit the emotional beats in the game, and then you watch it on TV and you're like, oh God, I don't think I can take any more of this emotional pain. And that's what makes it perfect. And I am so excited to see what they do moving forward. They might have to take some creative liberties moving forward, but I'm okay with it because I believe in what the team is doing. I believe in Bella Ramsey as Ellie. That was one thing I was very skeptical on when I first saw it. I was like, that ain't Ellie. And then you see by like episode 2 and episode 3, you're like, ah, that's Ellie. Good job, HBO. You had us in the first half. You really did. Because I wasn't concerned. I was concerned. I was. Did I think Pedro Pascal could nail being Joel? I was skeptical. But you know what? He's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Episode 8 was some of the best work that Pedro Pascal has done, in my opinion. Oh my God. Is he... Oh, he is Joel in every aspect. And the fact that they cared about bringing these video game characters to life and making this adaptation so true to those characters has been beautiful. And obviously we know Neil Druckmann's behind it. We know that he's a genius, but he's just excelled and has beaten every expectation that we have for him. So I'm excited for the final episode. I really am, because I know for a fact they're going to nail it. I know for a fact they're going to hit the story beats we need to hit. But now let's talk about the drawbacks. It's only going to be 43 minutes. Every episode in this series has been too short. I'm going to go out there and say that. And that is... I will give them a point. When you want more of something, it means they're doing a good job. When you listen to a song and you're like, oh man, I wish this song had 3 or 4 more verses. And then you get All Too Well 10-minute version from Taylor Swift and you're like, that's the perfect amount of verses. That's the sign of a good song. But that's a sign of good media. When you want more of it, when you feel the runtime isn't sufficient to what you want, versus watching something you're like, oh no, there's still an hour of this? How is that even possible? So they've knocked it out of the park. They really have. But 43 minutes to wrap this all up? Oh man, that's going to be so short. And normally 42-minute episodes drag on. This one's going to fly by, and I'm just going to sit there at the end whimpering like a child while my girlfriend looks at me and she's like, that was a good episode. Because that's what she says after every episode. And she always looks up at me to see if I'm crying, because more often than not, guess what? Ferocity is leaking like a damn faucet, because this show is remarkable. And that's really all I have to say. I can't compliment the show anymore. I can't say any more good things about it, because it has exceeded every expectation that I had for it, because I honestly didn't think they could do it. And that's because of the track record of video game adaptations in the past, book adaptations in the past. We get so few true adaptations that I didn't think that The Last of Us would be one of them. And here we are, less than a week away from the final episode of season 1. And man, I just want more. I want this show to last as long as it needs to. I don't want it to drag on like The Walking Dead did. But please, just give me more of this world. Give me more of Joel and Ellie. Give me more of The Last of Us. I need it. I need the third game. I need the multiplayer game. I need all of this, Naughty Dog. Please give it to me now. I am so excited for the direction of this franchise. I'm excited that there's new fans. If you're somebody that loves the television show and has not played the games, I will employ you to do it. Please go out and buy the game. Please go out and play the game. You will fall in love with it. It is such a fun experience, and it's not like it's the hardest game in the world either. You can go, you can enjoy yourself, and you can immerse yourself into this wonderful world. But I am very curious what you guys think about The Last of Us. Please let me know your thoughts on both the video game and the television show down below in the comment section. But as always, guys, I thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.